everybody. I am here on Market Street with 2018 mayor candidate Ori Kopelman. Thank you for joining us today, Ori. Can you tell us a little bit about your background? What makes you want to become mayor of Maui?
Thank you for those questions. I have a unique vision, which I've had for like 10 years. I wrote this book called Creating Mauitopia. Now, utopian communities have never existed on this planet with the number of people we have. We have 165,000 people approximately, right? They've existed in several thousand people, but never with 165,000 people. So I think it'd be really cool if Maui became Mauitopia. Now, Maui is kind of an isolated place, being in the middle of the Pacific, so that's an advantage. And having lived here for 25 years, it's an amazing place. I mean, the aloha spirit is so great, and we all get along, and we all know about helping each other, and yet we still have issues, and we're still not Mauitopia.
So what is your work experience, your community experience, and how does that prepare you for this job?
Okay, good question. So I was a Silicon Valley executive in California, and I managed up to 500 people in the company I worked with, and we grew from 60 to 500 people in a period of 6 years. That was a really good work experience. It allowed me to move to Maui, which was 25 years ago. And in Maui, I've had a lot of experience. I was a management consultant to corporations all over the world, helping them get organized, including the space station, which was very disorganized when I got involved with them. It's a 300-person, mostly software engineer project, and it was a 10-year project, and they were like almost 10 years behind schedule when I got involved with them. So through my techniques, I helped them organize themselves in ways that got them to work more efficiently, which is one of the concepts behind the county, is we want county government to work efficiently.
So if there were 3 issues that you think are facing Maui County that you would focus on as a priority, what would those 3 issues be?
Okay, well, the first issue has to be making sure that the government is efficient. Because again, we all pay our taxes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get efficient government. So that'd be one goal, is to make it efficient. The second goal I have is to make sure that we get money out of politics. Because if you think about it, the people who are in politics, and again, it's nothing bad about any of them, they're good people. However, they're all kind of part of a system that is bought for. So when they were getting into office, you're pretty much beholden to the people who put you in office, who gave you money. So one of my promises is I am not raising any money for my campaign, and therefore I will not be beholden. And I spent $13,000 of my own money last election, but this election I committed to only spending up to $1,000, and I've only spent $500 so far.
So, a big issue facing Maui County is affordable housing, the cost of living. Do you have any ideas to address that?
Affordable housing is very important because it is so expensive to live here, and yet we need to create Mauitopia. We're going to need all kinds of people, right? Including, garbage truck workers and waiters, waitresses, engineers like myself. Everybody has to be able to afford to live here if we're going to create Mauitopia. So one idea for affordable housing is to make sure that developers are required to build a certain amount of their properties as affordable housing, which we kind of do now, but it's not enforced. Part of the problem with laws is even if you have them, you have to enforce them.
So you said you've been on Maui for 25 years. What are some of your favorite things about living here?
Oh my God. Well, before I was handicapped, for sure, one of my favorite things was the beach. And I was actually a certified scuba diver. I used to love going diving. But like I said, 9 years ago, at age 46, I came down with a disease called MS, or multiple sclerosis. Fortunately, it's a nerve disease, and my situation is I use a walker to walk, and I still drive a car. So I'm pretty fortunate. The reason I was so shocked when I got it is because I've been always very athletic my whole life. When I was 18, I was a Michigan State champion in tennis, and I'd kept fit, And then at 46, I got MS, so it was a big surprise, and that made me decide two things. One, which was to stop spending as much time on my business. I had a management consulting business and stopped traveling all over the world. I've traveled 1.2 million miles. I've been in 44 countries. I have been all over. It's a great planet.
Yeah.
However, the best spot is Maui. And so I've pretty much made Maui my home, and even I don't leave it very often.
So to many, they might consider you a long shot compared to the three main candidates, Guzman, Cochran, and Victorino.
The people are on the council now.
Right. Victorino, who has served before on the council, that's not
Right.
what the other two are. In closing, what would be your final message to people that maybe don't know about you or haven't heard much about you?
Well, the main message is, again, that the people you mentioned who are on the council, again, they're part of the system which is bought and paid for. So not to say that they're bad people, but they are beholden to the people who donated money to them. No one is able to buy me. When I get into office, assuming I win, I will be making fair and rational decisions. I'm a smart person. I graduated from Stanford University in the top 10% of my class, and we will have that smarts at our disposal to make county decisions.
All right, Ori, thank you for joining us today and sharing a little bit about your platform. Don't forget to vote August 11th in the primary, November 6th in the general election. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Bye.